All things in Fiji are paid for in blood. The sun doesn't shine, it opens your eyes to see the love in the world. Decrease in fear of the unknown risks, increase in bravery and failure. And that your own high story, one must at times zoom out to see the bigger picture. Most of all, the feared, the god of darkness, the evil spirit, not God, blah 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 blah, Akaka, who barred their way to paradise after death. Banaba, Banaba for the land that we love, and to what we have lost will remain in our hearts forever and ever. The book is the first of its kind to record and express the past from a Banaban perspective. We would like to inspire young Banabans to uphold their rich culture and traditions for many future generations. Can you taste the flavor of papaya and coconut? And can you hear the wind whistle from the palm trees on the beach? Can you see the arc of the horizon where the Pacific Ocean meets the sky? You can't see the view now in the dark, but you can hear it, right? She can hear it with her face turned toward the sea. See, now I can hear Fiji welcoming her, a rush of sand against sand, a rhythm of water and moonlight and promises she can't decode. The breeze is warm against her clammy skin, a gust of something sweet and satisfied, a drop of honey on her tongue. Bum bum, let there not be an end to time. Infinite rhymes all day and all night. Poetic, I said. Please God, tell me why rhymes won't stop but cry. Only God knows why. Only God knows why the rhymes won't stop all night. According to the most recent census in 2017, what is our original Fijian religion could be classified in modern terms as forms of animism or shamanism, traditions utilizing various systems of divination, which strongly affected every aspect of life. Fiji was Christianized in the 19th century. Today there are various Christian denominations in Fiji, the largest being the Methodist Church. Hinduism and Islam arrived with the importation of large numbers of people from South Asia, most of them indentured in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Fiji has many public holidays as it acknowledges the special days held by the various belief systems, such as Easter and Christmas for the Christians, Diwali for the Hindus, and Eid al-Adha for the Muslims. Bada, Fijian religion prior to the 19th century, including various forms of animism and divination. Contact from the early 19th century of European Christian missionaries, especially of the Methodist denomination, saw conversion of dominant chiefs such as Octavia, and thus also the people they controlled cession of the islands to Great Britain in 1874, saw a great change in all aspects of living, including religious practice. Christianity became the dominant faith. Hinduism, Sikhism, and Islam were introduced as minority migrant communities came to work in Fiji, and for eternity again and again includes atheists and agnostics. Rapid and Fiji had a traditional law prior to becoming a colony. After cession, laws that governed Britain were also applied to its colonies, and religion developed under the Westminster system. Freedom of religion and conscience has been constitutionally protected in Fiji since the country gained independence in 1970 and 1997. A new constitution was drawn up that stated although religion and the state are separate, the people of Fiji Islands acknowledge that worship and reverence of God are the source of good government and leadership. Every person has the right to freedom of conscience, religion, and belief. Every person has the right, either individually or in community with others, in both in public and in private, to manifest his or her religion or belief in worship, observance, practice, or teaching. The right set out in subsection extends to the right of religious communities or denominations to provide religious instruction as part of any education provided by them, whether or not they are in receipt of any financial assistance from the state. The right set out in a subsection may be made subject to such limitations prescribed by law as are necessary to protect the rights or freedoms of other persons, or public safety, public order, public morality, or public health, or to prevent public nuisance, except except with his or her consent, or in the case of a person under the age of 18 with consent of a parent or guardian. A person attending a place of education is not required to receive religious instruction or to take part and attend a religious ceremony or observance if the instruction, ceremony of, or observance relates to a religion that is not his or her own, or if he or she does not hold any religious belief. A person must not be compelled to take an oath or to take an oath in a manner that is contrary to his or her religion or belief, or that requires him or her to express a belief that he or she does not hold. Behold, there you go, spitting rhymes, don't you know? Oh, you don't know? You better call something, but they know you're rolling, shut your mouth. There you go, running that right now. Religious liberty, as recognized in the Bill of Rights, is a founding principle of the state. Religious belief is personal. Religion and the state are separate, which means the state and all persons holding public office must treat all religions equally. The state and all persons holding public office must not dictate any religious belief. The state and all persons holding public office must not prefer or advance by any means any particular religion, religious denomination, religious belief, or religious practice over another, one way or another. I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna get you one way or another, or over any non-religious belief. And no person shall assert any religious belief as a legal reason to disregard this Constitution or any other law. The 2013 Constitution also explicably allows people to swear on oath or to make an affirmation when legally necessary. The term ancient religion in this article, miracle, spiritual, Fijian religion, myth, and legend were closely linked, and in the centuries before the secession of 1874, it was considered part of everyday life or the traditional religion in Fiji. Basil Thompson in 1908 101 writes, spits rhymes, the religion of the Fijians was so closely interwoven with their social polity that it was impossible to tear away the one without lacerating the other. Religion was a hard taskmaster to the heathen Fijian. It governed his every action from the crystal mat to the grave and the taboo. It prescribed what he should eat and drink, how he should address his betters, whom he should marry, and where his body should be laid. It limited his choice of the fruits of the earth and of the sea. It controlled his very bodily attitude in his own house. All his life he walked warily for fear of angering the deities that went in and out with him, ever watchful to catch him tripping and death, but cast him naked into their midst to be the sport of their vindictive ingenuity. Myth was very much reality in the years preceding the following session. For example, in Tapanu, their god Katlu, the root god is named Daka Waka, Bakbo, and Lavaka, Lavuka, and Kadavu islands that he knew is known as expert light due to the phosphorescence he caused in the sea as he passed off. Sea now, however, has a different connotation as a Katlalu, Yatlu, defied ancestors in other parts of Fiji. I not believe when I came to Fiji, the famed fish god was very much a reality. The government ship, the Lake D. Esca, reached Lavuka with signs of encounter with the great fish, while the late Captain Robbie, a well-known tall and a very erect ska, even to his 90s, told of the sleepy afternoon as his cutter sailed from his tea, a state of under a very light wind, and most of the crew dozed in. A great fish which he described as near 60 feet in length, brown spotted and molted mottled on its back with the head of a shark and the tail of a whale. There it began to sail away. Came up under its ship, almost capsized, and the crew instantly awake. Concern followed the ancient pattern, pouring a strong libation. Liberate your mind, rhymes all day and all night. Only God knows what of Kava into the sea, which it would seem was just the right idea. For placing fish gods. The monster slowly submerged. The breeze gradually gathered the cutter away its keel, dragging along the monster's back, making the skin pale to the Fijian crew. With this was the Daku Wakwa in the 20th century, what must have then the effect and the truth. That rhyming to you never endingly toucan Scooby-Doo. Many youths still venerate a bird, a kingfisher, a pigeon, heron, an animal, e.g. dog, rat, or even man. A fish, a reptile, a rap chameleon, camouflaging with syllables for a love eternity. Reptilian, a Luciferian, a reptilian chameleon. Spitting camouflage with syllables again and again till off pop with my head. I said.